I think my mind's finally starting to catch on to where my soul is trying to be, okay? So last night, I didn't drink. I did drink, but I only drank one beer, right? One beer. And I wasn't gonna drink it all. I was gonna throw it away, but I was like, you know what? We'll just have one beer tonight. So that's what I did. I'm not gonna drink tonight. Feeling pretty good about business and work now and trying to stay positive about shit. So I think that helps me with stopping the vices, you know, and it's also like looking at the vices and being like, you're just using these to disconnect, you know? And I've actually had some nights where I've been drinking and like, I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, and I think it's just, I don't know, I guess everybody has to reach a boiling point. That's how it was for me with weed. I know that. So perhaps that's kind of what's going on. I reached it before, but then everything happened and blah, 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 right? So, but I think I'm almost there again. I'm on the precipice of that. Now, I will say that I do have a couple friends coming into town this upcoming week, and I'm gonna hang out with them. So there may be some beverages that I have on those nights, but I'm really gonna do my best to stick to not drinking at home by myself. And then when those two people go back to Georgia, I'm gonna get back on the horse of just not drinking. Because part of it, it's like, you know, I'm tired of the irritability. I'm tired of not being as efficient. Like, you know, I mean, I haven't really been cleaning that much. I've been leaving my shit just kind of in a state of disarray. And it's just fucking, it's not good. I don't feel good about it, you know? So I think I mentioned this before on another video, but I started doing these affirmations in the morning when I go out to the pier. I look off at the water and kind of watch the sunrise, do some deep breaths, and, you know, speak positive affirmations to myself. The main one I'm doing is I'm taking a deep breath in through my nose, and then I'm saying I'm healthy, exhale, inhale, deep breath, I'm wealthy, exhale, inhale, deep breath, I'm strong, exhale. And I do that 3 to 9 times because there's something with Nikola Tesla and things in threes. So I don't know, I'm kind of being superstitious about that, I guess, and doing the threes thing. But anyhow, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. The main reason I wanted to upload this video was I've had a couple people comment and ask me, like, you know, what books to read. So I kind of wanted to show my library just real quick. This is not a normal video, but I'm just going to kind of go through the books I have and if I can remember the reason I got them and that sort of thing. I haven't read all of them. I'm kind of like a dance around reader or whatever the proper term is for that, where basically I'll read, you know, a few chapters of something, bookmark it, put it back, try something else. You know, I'm enjoying these books, but I just like to every now and then switch it up because I can't read a book in one sitting, at least not yet. Maybe down the road. So anyhow, that's where I'm at right now, and let's look at some books. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got Limitless by Jim Quick. I watch a YouTube channel called Impact Theory, and there's a lot of good guests on there, and some of these books came from that. But the story of this guy, Jim Quick, in this book, very good stuff. High Performance Habits, that's another one from the show, Impact Theory. The Buddha and the Badass, also someone I saw on Impact Theory, Vishen Lakhani, or however you say it. Metahuman, Deepak Chopra. That's getting into more spiritual stuff. I like the spiritual stuff. Millionaire Success Habits. I actually got this book for free. Haven't touched it. Can't really decide if I like this guy, Dean Graziosi, or not. He seems kind of like a cheese ball. Either way, it sits here. Secrets of Closing the Sale, because I'm in sales. Zig Ziglar's been a motivational guy in the past. I don't think he's living anymore. I'm pretty sure he's not. But great book if you're in sales or want to get into sales. Let's see here. I just keep saying, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankel. That's another book that's been mentioned a lot on the podcast that I listen to, and I haven't started that one yet, but apparently it's about a guy that was in Nazi Germany and was a prisoner or something and had nothing to live for, but came through on the other side, a new man, blah, blah, blah. Think Like a Monk. This one I saw on Impact Theory as well, Jay Shetty, but the more I look into it, the more I'm like, I don't know, he seems kind of like a tool. So this book actually had his face on it, and I took it off. I may still read it. I don't know. The RA Material. Some of these books get into some deep shit. This is like Law of Attraction, Law of One. It's an old book, but apparently it has some really good shit in it. I bought Matthew McConaughey's new book, because I like McConaughey. I think he's a cool dude. But I don't know, not my book. Not something I really enjoyed reading. Simulacra and Simulation. I bought this because it was on The Matrix. It was the book that whatever his name was reading in the beginning. Power versus Force. David R. Hawkins has 2 books. Power versus, well, he's probably got more than that, but 2 that I have read. And the other one is Letting Go, which is the first one I heard about. Wherever you go, there you are is a famous quote. Wherever you go, there you are. And so I looked it up, and it turns out it's got really good reviews, this book. So it was just a random search because I like that phrase and have not touched that yet. So anyhow, and then we got a bird right here. And we got a Little Red Book of Selling. Let's see here. Food of the Gods, the search for the original tree of knowledge. I think I heard about that one on, what's it called? Joe Rogan, I believe. And it's supposed to be a really good explanation of religion as a whole and just kind of dives into that. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, that's Joe Dispenza. If you're not familiar with Joe Dispenza, I've talked about him before on my channel. Just do a search, just do a YouTube search and look up some videos on him or an interview with him. Impact Theory is a good one. He was on there, which I think was the first place that I found. And we have Ask and It Is Given, Jerry and Esther Hicks, Law of Attraction people. Good stuff. I don't know if I buy the whole story, but I'll tell you that every time I've watched their content, I've been very, very pleased with it's all makes sense. It's all law of the universe shit. And the reason I'm into that is because of this guy, Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's actually done a lot of studies on the topic of, law of attraction, spirituality, and mainly studying the mind as it does meditation and all the benefits there. And it's measurable shit. It's not any longer what it used to be. It used to be back in the day that anybody said they meditated and it's like, all right, well, you're a fucking hippie, you know what I mean? But now there's science that backs it up. I urge you to look into it if you haven't already. Mind Body Prescription, found about this watching Joe Rogan. It basically goes into how stress and poor diet can make our body ache and be fucked up, which is another reason why a good diet is very important. Akashic Records, that's some deep shit right there. If you don't know what Akashic Records is, just look it up, Google it, and if you think I'm crazy, then so be it. Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, haven't read that yet, but apparently it's like an old story that somehow involves Trump and prophecy of Trump, I don't know. Nikola Tesla, I don't know, some of this shit I'm just checking it out. The Artist's Way, which is, spiritual path of higher creativity. And then we got Dave Ramsey there. And then we got some elephants hanging out with, I don't know what the fuck that is. There's one other one on my nightstand called Think and Grow Rich. I think that's by Napoleon Hill. Also something that I've heard a lot about in a bunch of different podcasts. And, Tom Bilyeu and Rogan and all those places that I find stuff. But all good stuff. I especially like Joe Dispenza's stuff because it really dives into the power of our mind. And that's what really drives me. It's not an easy road, but I think that the most important thing is that we actually acknowledge and see that we need to make these changes. And as long as you acknowledge and see it, then at least that's the first step. And then in the subconscious mind, if you're still fucking up and doing shit you're not supposed to be doing, then it's like nipping at you, which is what's been happening with me. And slowly but surely, I'm finding my way back to where I need to be. And I'm looking forward to getting into reading more again because, truth be told, that's usually something I do at night when I'm going to bed. But the nights that I drink, I don't feel like fucking reading. Who reads when they're drunk? That doesn't make sense. And not drunk, but tipsy, whatever. Anyhow, that is all for today. Thanks for checking out the video, and I appreciate all the kind words you guys comment. It really means a lot to me and also helps add the fuel to the fire. You know, I think that creating the YouTube channel was a big driver in me actually making the changes that I have made and keeping the desire and the drive somewhere in my body to continue to do the same. Until next time.
Just you white in Reagan, just you white. You'll be sorry that your tears will be